Hi, my name is Heli, and today I'm going to show you my newest junk journal collection or kit or whatever you want to call it. And I have these collections available at Coffee, and I will put link down below. And I have a few other collections in there, and all my collections are free. This is the newest collection. I call it Shabby Chic because when I have done these collections previously, I have wanted to make this kind of shabby chic where I use lace, flowers, roses, pastel colors, mainly blue and pink. And this is the one that I made. And so I'm gonna show you. And I made this booklet from it, using mainly these papers from this collection. And I will show this also, but let's look at the papers first. My previous collections probably all have 13 sheets per collection, and I have sort of like same kind of pages in each, but I might change that in the future. I have another collection on the way that is also in a way sort of like, it's a pastel blue and it's called Misty Blue Cottage, and I think that will go very well with this kit, but it's not done yet. So I'm gonna show you this first. And as usually I have this kind of a collage sheet where I use bits and pieces from the collection, and this is the collage sheet, so you get an idea what the collection is about and so on. So I like these pages. Then I usually have two prints, and these are the prints. There is like this blue grid kind of page, and then there is this one. And then I have these journaling pages, and I have 5, but I have printed now 2 pages in one A4 sized page, because usually I make my journals quite small, so I don't need bigger, and I like to mix different sizes of paper, so these were like just nice size for this. So anyway, and the other reason is that it might look funny if this would be printed on A4 sized paper, but you can do that if you want. But here are the papers. This is probably my favorite. I would take a notebook that is filled with those papers, or memo pad or something like that. And then there is this one. So lots of lace and flowers and roses and those kind of things. So here are the paper bags or envelopes, whichever you prefer. But anyhow, there is one bigger and 2 smaller ones, and you just cut and glue these together. And there are a few flowers also in here, because there was room for those. And then I have this bigger envelope, which is this one here, and it's about card size. And then there is this kind of postcard and a few other bits and pieces. And then there is obviously pockets, and I have few bigger ones and then smaller ones here. And I make this pocket so that it has these flaps, so that you can use this or not. There is also a like a dotted line that if you don't like to use these flaps, then you can cut it from those. Otherwise you will score it in there. But that is the pockets. And with these I usually make as is with these tags, that I have few that are ready-made and ready to use, and others that you can slightly decorate yourself. So that is the same thing with these tags. This is ready to use. These you can add maybe word stickers or something like that. There you could add a picture or anything you like. And so there's some ready to use and some that you can embellish yourself. And lastly, there is this cover page. As you can see, this is printed on regular copy paper because I didn't want to print it on heavier cardstock because I already made this, so this is what I did. But this is the cover, and then there is a few little bits and pieces also in here. So let's look at this booklet or junk journal that I made, or whatever you want to call this. But here are the covers, and in this I didn't mind that there are white pages, because in Shabby Chic style there is a lot of white also, like white lace and so on. So I put one of the pockets here. I did some stenciling in there. And then there is this page. There is going to be something more in there, but these are from the collection. So are these. I used also stencil in here, and I actually used Distress Oxide, these two, and I think they go quite well with this collection. And then there is a pocket. I just glued these things in there. And then there is this page. I just made these strips in here that you can write on these, because you can't write on note paper, because there's, or at least using black. But anyhow, there is I'm gonna decorate this page more probably. And then I have this one, and I actually got some of these frames from a swap, and I made it into a pocket, and there is one of the tags in there. And this is actually from the collage sheet, so it's in here. So I just cut it and put it in there, and I like this page. And then there is this envelope. I like how it turned out as I like made it, because I like how these laces are shown in this side. But anyhow, this is it's this envelope here. So I put it in here, and I actually cut it from the flap. This is the flap part of it. So I just cut it from here, and now it's also a decoration. So it's glued in here, and you can put things there, and it's also a decoration. That is quite nice. So here is the doily that I got from a swap. And there are a few of the tags in there. There is just some decoration that is from the collage sheet, and I used grid paper just to make place for writing. This is actually from the paperback type of envelopes. So it's this. I just cut it from like here. I cut the flaps off. I tear this part and then I cut it from like here to make this. And this is glued in this part of the paper because this is done so that I have this flap here, but that is how it's in there, and it turned out nice too. There is also a pocket, and that is actually from the collage sheet. I noticed that I used this part and then I was left and this part, and then I was left with this, and I thought, what am I going to do with that? And I thought I would decorate the page, but then I noticed that it would make nice pockets, so that's what I did. The only thing in here is that this is printed on just regular printer paper, so this is quite thin, so it might tear, so that is that. There is this vellum pocket, and one of the tags I just cut it a little bit shorter so that it would fit there nice. So this is also from the collage sheet. It's this part here. I probably will do something else there also, decorate it more. And so there are still empty pages that I will decorate when I have more time. This is from the collage sheet also. It's this part here. I just tear it from here and glued it in there. And you can write also in this side of the paper, just doing this. So that is that. There's another pocket, and I have just placed these tags in here. And this is the card. I just had to cut it a bit. It's this. And just decorate it with that. This is actually from the this part, and I did the same as I did with this, so that I cut the flaps off and I used it for decoration. This is also so light that I probably could write on that. This is from the collage sheet. There is one of the prints and also that one. There is one of the pockets, and that is the last page, and here is one of the paper bags in here. So that is that. That was my newest collection, and it is available at Coffee for free, so go check it out. So bye.